This is a male ostrich, the biggest of all birds. Contrary to popular belief, they do not bury their heads in sand when in danger. This one is a female. They seldom drink water as they get sufficient water from the plants they eat. Though flightless, they use their wings as rudders for quick change of directions while running and use it as sunshades for their chicks. These hornbills are ground-dwelling and omnivorous, feeding on insects, snakes, other birds and even tortoises. They spend most of the day walking in search of food. They produce only one chick every 9 years and are among the longest lived of all birds. This is a female Vaunted Dickens hornbill. It has a black beak, and this one is a male with a red beak. They are omnivorous and feed on snails, mice, lizards, insects, tree frogs, fruits and berries. They can live up to 20 years. This is African grey hornbill. These birds measure up to 45 cm in length, including the tail. They are omnivorous and take insects, fruits, reptiles and grasshoppers. They feed mainly in the trees. They also eat small vertebrates such as lizards and tree frogs. Ruppel's griffon vulture. The tip of their beak is white. Like other vultures, they also feed on animal carcasses. The white-backed vulture. Their whitish back contrasts with the otherwise dark plumage. 31 to 39 cm long, they weigh from 4 to 7 kg and have a wingspan of about 6 to 7 feet. It is a scavenger bird, feeding mostly on animal carcasses. The kill on which they are feasting is a baby wildebeest. The lappet-faced vultures are the most aggressive of all African vultures. It can chase away all other vultures from the carcass if it so decides. It possesses one of the strongest beaks and has the ability to tear off flesh that is too tough for smaller scavengers. They are able to strip a small antelope carcass to the bone within 20 minutes. With a wingspan of about 9.5 feet, they weigh about 13 kg and live up to 50 years. Marabou storks are scavengers. They feed on carcasses along with vultures and hyenas. They eat anything from termites, flamingos, small birds and mammals. They are over 5 feet tall with a wingspan of more than 10 feet. The white-browed robin chats mostly feed on insects such as beetles, wasps, ants, moths, caterpillars, termites, crickets, flies, spiders and centipedes. They take their prey from the ground or gleaning them from foliage and tree trunks. The white-bellied canary is a bird of the finch family. It is 15 to 16 cm in length. It has a heavy bill which is short and conical. It feeds on fruits, seeds, flowers and shoots. They breed from August to October. Superb starlings are found close to human habitations. They are not afraid of people. They may even share your breakfast table. They feed on insects, berries, and also takes the remains of human food. This one is Hildebrandt's starling. The appearance of the Hildebrandt's starling is very similar to the superb starling. The Hildebrandt's starling is distinguished by having red eyes as opposed to the cream-colored eyes of superb starling. The red-billed buffalo weaver has a body length of approximately 24 cm and weighs about 65 grams. Its diet consists primarily of insects like crickets, locusts, grasshoppers, caterpillars, beetles, bees, ants, flies, spiders, and also includes scorpions. The white-headed buffalo weaver is a noisy bird. The conical bill is very thick. Its diet is fruits, seeds, including crops such as millet, grasshoppers and termites. The saddle-billed storks are the tallest storks in Africa. It attains a height of about 5 feet. They have no call. They can only clatter their bills. While wading through shallow waters, they feed on fish, frogs and small reptiles. They stab their prey with their bills and swallow them whole and drink water just after swallowing. Spotted morning thrush. They are 16 to 17 cm long birds and weigh about 17 to 30 grams. They sing beautifully on moonlit nights or before dawn. Olive thrush, a very common bird in Africa. It can reach a length of about 24 cm and a mass of at least 101 gram. Feeds on earthworms, snails, slugs, spiders, glowworms and fruits. It has adapted extremely well to the man-made habitats. Long-tailed Fiscal is a species of bird in the shrike family. They feed on insects, particularly beetles, grasshoppers, as well as small vertebrates such as lizards, snakes, and bird chicks. The prey is usually taken from the ground and sometimes from the foliage, but only rarely from the air. Parrot-billed sparrow is a species of bird in the sparrow family. It occurs in a wide range of open habitats, including open woodlands and human habitation. This species feeds principally on the seeds and grain, like other sparrows, but will readily take insects, including termites. The barefaced go-away prefers open woodland and thorn bush habitats. It feeds on fruits, leaf buds and seeds. It is a noisy and restless species that moves about singly or in groups. It has a characteristic long tail and crest. The Kori bustard is the heaviest of all flying birds. They are omnivorous, feeding on insects, small vertebrates, gum, carrion, and seeds. Kori bustards are one of the few species of birds that drink water using a sucking motion rather than scooping it up as most birds do. Being primarily a terrestrial bird, the Kori bustard is reluctant to fly unless it is in serious danger. This is a white-bellied bustard. It is rather small for a bustard, measuring 19 to 24 inches in length and weighing about 1.5 kg. It feeds on termites, locusts, caterpillars, beetles, spiders, scorpions, snails, lizards, grass seeds, bulbs and berries. Their population is suspected to be declining owing to habitat destruction. The grey-crowned cranes are omnivores, eating plants, seeds, grain, insects, frogs, worms, snakes, small fish, and the eggs of aquatic animals. Stamping their feet as they walk, they flush out the insects which are quickly caught and eaten. They spend their entire day looking for food, and at night they sleep on trees. This ornamental bird is an Egyptian goose. It feeds on seeds, leaves, grasses, and plant stems. Occasionally they will eat locusts, worms, or other small animals. This is grey heron. It feeds mainly on fish, which it hunts by patiently standing completely still at the side of the water and striking rapidly when a fish comes into its range. The prey is caught in the bill or speared. Amphibians, small mammals, is slow with neck retracted. Its diet consists of terrestrial and aquatic insects, earthworms, crabs, scorpions, spiders, rats, lizards, snakes, frogs, birds and fish. The species is hunted and traded at traditional medicine markets in Nigeria. Hadada Ibis is a carnivorous bird. Its diet consists largely of insects, crustaceans, millipedes, centipedes, spiders, earthworms, snails and small reptiles. It will travel several kilometers during the day searching for food. The species is hunted and traded at traditional medicine markets in Nigeria. Senegal wattled plover, also known as African wattled lapwing, are large brown waders with black crown, white forehead and large yellow facial wattles. The tail is white, tipped black and the long legs are yellow. It often feeds in drier habitats, picking insects and other invertebrates from the ground. The African fish eagle's loud and distinctive call is an iconic sound of Africa. They have the honor of being the national bird of 3 nations, Zambia, Zimbabwe and South Sudan. They eat a wide variety of fish. They catch their meals from the surface of water, then fly up to a perch to feed. Tawny eagle, a formidable hunter, will tackle mammals as large as hares or sizable birds and lizards which it catches by making a rapid dive from its perch or during flight, seizing the animal in its powerful talons. They have relatively long lifespan, reaching up to 16 years. Pelicans are the only birds with a pouch under their bill. There is a famous limerick that begins, "A wonderful bird is the pelican, his bill can hold more than his belly can." Its pouch indeed holds more than its belly can. Pelicans are splendid flyers too, and can soar like eagles with their giant wings. Getting up in the air can be challenging without the help of the wind. Pelicans must run over the water while beating their big wings and pounding the surface of the water with both feet in unison to get enough speed for takeoff. Helmeted guinea fowls are terrestrial birds more prone to run rather than fly when alarmed. They can walk more than 10 km a day. They make loud, harsh calls when disturbed, and their diet consists of a variety of animal and plant food, seeds, fruits, greens, snails, spiders, worms, insects, frogs, lizards, small snakes, and small mammals. This is a female chin-spot batis. This is a common and widespread bird in Africa and is primarily insectivorous, finding its food on the surface of leaves and occasionally catching flying insects. They feed on flies, beetles, small wasps, crickets, and grasshoppers. This is a little bee eater. It feeds mainly on honeybees, although it also eats moths, butterflies, dragonflies, beetles and other flying insects. It seems to be an adaptable species and is able to withstand the loss of its forest habitat. This is yellow-throated longclaw. They are about 9 inches long and feed on grasshoppers, moths, beetles and ants. They are monogamous in nature. The secretary bird. These birds are so called because of their resemblance with the 18th century male secretaries. They wore grey tailcoats and dark knee-length pants. They also used goosequill pens that they carried behind their ears. Secretary birds spend most of their time on the ground. Over 4 feet tall, these birds are famous for their snake hunting capabilities. This is a male purple grenadier, also known as purple waxbill. It belongs to the finch family. It feeds on grass seeds, termites, small spiders, worms and aphids. They are quite hostile towards the Cordon Bleu. This is a male red-cheeked Cordon Bleu. It is about 5 inches long and weighs 10 grams. Their lifespan is 5 to 10 years. The male is clearly distinguished by the red patch on each of its cheek. The females lack this red patch. They mostly feed on grain, grass seeds and other seeds, as well as millets.